In the last conversation, we picked up the theme of, from our vision statement, that the Salvation Army talks about transforming Australia one life at a time with the love of Jesus. And we talked about some of our interactions being transactional, just a service and without anything further. But the real value of an engagement that is deeper than that and that offers transformative potential. So we're going to explore that a little bit.
Yeah, this is where it gets tricky, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's where it gets fun and tricky.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. What is what underpins our desire for an engagement with others to be transformational?
For me, there's one thing, and I think, Lynn, I think it's one of the greatest contributions of Christianity, and it's this idea that all people are created in the image of God. What is what's the fancy way of saying it?
Fancy Latin way, the Imagio Dei, the image of God, yeah.
For me, Imagio Dei, or all people created in the image of God, is revolutionary. It's radical because, for no other reason, it forces us to recognise actually all people are of equal worth, inherent worth.
Yeah, this idea that we are all people of dignity and worth in the sight of God and therefore of each other. And also, I guess, in a way, we're all frail, we're all broken.
We're all broken.
You know, that while that sort of idea of shared humanity, as it were, in the eyes of God.
Yeah, so it's radical because it's about everyone has equal value. Everyone is equal before God. Now, that's not to say everyone's the same, we're individuals. But because everyone has equal humanity, it forces us to make sure that we're actually knocking down these distinctions we try and create about the us and them. So often the us and them distinctions are based on better or worse.
Yeah.
You know, the helper, the helped. You know, the silent normal us and the poor. Or the welfare client.
Yeah.
Imago Dei for me, all people created in the image of God, it knocks all of those distinctions down, and it makes us think about our shared humanity.
Yes, good. In the Gospels, you know, there was a lot of distinction between who's in and who's out, if you like. And into that context came this radical message from Jesus of inclusion and everybody welcome at the table. He was always getting in trouble by who he welcomed at the table as equals and as friends. And in Galatians we read, you know, there is no longer Jew or Greek, male or female, slave or free. You know, this idea of radical welcome, radical hospitality.
What's more radical than that, Lynn?
Yeah, it's pretty radical.
We're all there together.
Yeah. Oh, you were telling me about a book you read recently, Tom Holland.
The Dominion. And it's fantastic. It really, I haven't studied theology like you, but this book for me was amazing because I always assumed, as he says in the book, that the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the United Nations, was a secular idea. Tom Holland explains that actually this idea of a universal human right comes from the gospel. It comes from all people created in the image of God.
Yeah.
This is powerful when we think about what we need to do, for example, at a core.
You know, I was thinking the other day, if a person comes into the core that I'm in and they look a bit like me, I find it's fairly easy to say hello and for them to maybe feel welcome because they can see someone who looks like them. When a person walks in who looks radically different or comes from a really different cultural or socio-economic group, that welcome
That's hard, isn't
is
it?
a little bit harder. And I was just thinking in my own context recently, you know, I'd really pray that we are as welcoming to somebody who's been rough sleeping who walks in as we would be to somebody who maybe I can identify with because they look a bit more like me. And that's that Imagio Dei, isn't it? In practice, I have to be conscious that my welcome and my inclusion and my love is of equal. No matter who it is that I'm engaging with. And I don't other people, as we say, you know, this idea of your client or your poor
or you're someone different. It puts pressure on us to make sure that we're thinking about people with their shared humanity. You know, it's not about making sure that those people are the same as us. It's about, okay, they are the same as us. How do we reflect upon what we're doing so that we understand our shared humanity, our shared experience.
And look, Jesus told so many stories of you know, there's a story about the rich man and the tax collector praying, and one guy going, look, you know, I've got it together. This poor guy over here, he's really missing out. And Jesus going, whoa, no, you know, this
because it's a divide, isn't it?
It's a divide.
It's a distinction.
Yeah.
And that's not helpful to anyone.
No.
And there's no basis for it in gospel.
Yeah, there's not. Well, in the next conversation, we're really going to pick up this idea as it's played out in more practical ways, and I really look forward to talking to you more then.
It gets even more exciting.
It does indeed.
Thanks, Lynn.
Thanks.